Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, September 18th, 2023 at 11:04 a.m. I was trying to do the video like at 10:45, but I got caught up with having to use the bathroom really bad. So last night I tried a little bit. I tried a way to try to move the mattress up and put this blue tarp here and try to move the mattress up excuse me, so that I can have like more leg room and stretch out more. And still I think that the gang stalking network, they have been sleep depriving me for the past week or so. About the past week or so, they've been sleep depriving me, back to sleep depriving me again. Excuse me. So my throat is still feeling sore. You know, but it's feeling a tiny bit better, but still feeling sore. So, excuse me. I think about 2 hours of sleep this morning. I'm like, last night, I think I tried to go to bed at 11:45 because I started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Excuse me, with cleaning out and trying to organize and clean out my storage bins. So I accomplished cleaning out 5 of them. So I wish I should have started earlier in the day and I could have got more accomplished. Excuse me. But I was sleep deprived the night before. So I was cleaning out. And like with the picture that I showed y'all yesterday of the drawing of me, I found it in one of my storage bins or bags or something like that. And then like yesterday, also when cleaning up, I have zero memory of this drawing right here. So somebody drew this of me. Um, Looked like it was August 5th, 2018. It says John, but I can't make out what the last name says. I feel bad that I totally do not remember who this was. And I honestly don't even remember that drawing at all. Excuse me. I don't remember that drawing at all. Or I don't remember who it was. I don't remember anything. But August 5th, yeah, that was like less than a week after I became permanently homeless, you know, it was after I became homeless in my hometown, New Orleans. Excuse me. So, like with my OCD, I still have a lot of OCD traits, with the cleaning and Also, unwanted intrusive thoughts. Um, I don't have the checking, like always checking stuff, um, as much as I used to when I was younger. Excuse me, but I did used to hoard a lot back then with my OCD, especially in foster care, I guess. But I didn't even realize all this was a constant survival mode from the abuse that I went through. So when I heard about consumerism being a tactic to mind control and brainwash the masses, I pretty much try to stop, you know, try to stop saving stuff that's not important or not necessary. But after I became homeless, I excuse me. After I became homeless, because I was like homeless off and on. But after I became homeless, I had to just put whatever I had in a storage unit. And then, due to, with me having OCD, and then, or sometimes if the weather was too cold, or living here in Pensacola, the bus inconveniences, and there not being, with them not being, you know, with them not having, the bus, with the buses running the way that they run, and then they didn't have a way where you can throw your trash. I mean, there was no trash you can throw in the, like, any dumpsters or anything at the storage unit. So, you know, I kept. I mean, after they got on my case about, when I first got there back in 2019, they told me that I couldn't have any food of any kind. So I basically didn't have, I mean, I couldn't have food up in there. They say you can have water, but no other liquids as far as drinking, like no consumable liquids. And they didn't even want canned food up in there. But at the other storage unit that I used to have, they used to allow you to have canned and non-perishable foods. But, and if I would have been allowed to have canned or non-perishable foods in a storage unit, then that could have been less money I would have had to beg for food. you know, I mean, less, yeah. So, yeah, I woke up at, I mean, I think I fell asleep at 5 o'clock. Sometime after 4:30 this morning, I dozed off and fell asleep. But I don't remember what dreams I had. But then I woke up, I think it was 6 something, and then went back to sleep. If I think that's what happened. And then these neighbors right here were talking loud enough to have me disturbed, and that woke me up, and I stayed up for the rest of the morning. So now I'm feeling like heavy pressure on my heart and feeling very much the sleep deprived feeling. Excuse me. So, and I tried to go back to sleep, could not go back to sleep. But before I forget, in the middle of the night, at precisely 12 o'clock noon. See, that's my sleep deprivation talking. I meant to say precisely at 12 o'clock midnight. They put the high, they beamed the high pitch um frequency noise in my right ear. The high pitched noise in my right ear. And then they did it again like about 30 or 45 minutes later. So they were definitely hitting me with weapons, and I guess they're back to you know, working their deprivation on me. The sleep deprivation. I wanted to mention those before I forgot. So that's why you see me like being clumsy with my words and sometimes pause for a long time without realizing it or feeling slowed because of the effects of the sleep deprivation. So like the stuff that I accumulated, I didn't even realize that. I did have a lot of important papers and important this and important that and other important stuff that I needed to keep locked in a safe place that I couldn't carry around. But I was not aware, or I didn't realize how much trash that had been accumulated over the years. I know I had some trash, but I didn't realize I had what looked like more than half of all the stuff turned out to be trash, but I still had some important stuff too. But I think that was the smallest storage unit available. I could be wrong, but I think that was the smallest and cheapest storage unit available. And I think that size in my other storage unit. So I was forced to have to get rid of all that food. Like when I was living in New Orleans, I didn't have to beg or panhandle as much or that much because I was getting food, like a nice amount of food stamps, like almost $200 of food stamps, or over 150 or somewhere around there. And then I was able to you know, I was able to have like non-perishables in the storage unit. But I couldn't do that here. And then when I was getting food stamps here, it was only $15. But then things got more expensive and got worse after 2020. So that's what kept me on the struggle, you know. So it seemed like, and I didn't even realize how much of this or how much of that I had, either. Excuse me. Or it seems like as if I was prepped up prepper style with certain basic items, with without even realizing it. Like with Hurricane Katrina, I was prepared without even realizing it. But the only thing we didn't have a whole lot of was flashlights. But I was, without realizing it, I was prepped up with so much other stuff. So I was still pretty young. I had just turned 22. But when I was living in New Orleans Towers, even though I was one person, I will always try to buy in bulk and try to buy extra stuff, you know. Like I will always try to buy in bulk or try to buy extra, like try to buy extra toilet paper or extra dishwashing liquid or extra sugar or extra whatever. But me being on my own, I never really, come to think of it, I never really bought flour, regular flour, like all purpose flour. I never really bought or used all purpose flour, just plain flour, you know. And so many things I never really did. Like cooking or whatever. Uh, like all my life, I never really made gravy while cooking. Like trying to make like me even being from New Orleans, like try to make a roux and make gravy and make smothered chicken or something. I never even thought of to do that. And I mean, I seldom fried chicken, but when I did, I guess I was frying. I mean, I guess I didn't do it like the method the way that other people do, you know. But I guess everything turned out to be like different. So it's like for me being homeless for so many years and then coming back to being housed, it seemed like as if I gotta try to remember how I used it's like I'm trying to remember how I used to live or how I used to do things before I became homeless. So yeah, and certain things people tell you to save this, save that, don't throw this away, don't throw that away. But, you know, I didn't even realize, well, I don't have that much stuff from like paper or anything from Denton, Texas, really. Or maybe even less things, maybe from New Orleans Towers or something. But I didn't even realize how much stuff like paperwork or papers from Los Angeles, um, and like so much paperwork or papers from 2015, 16, 17, 18, even 2012, even dating back as 2013. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought that I sorted out or organized or cleared all this out. Like, so I didn't even realize, old letters or old gas bills, electricity bills, old apartment leases. People try to tell you save all that or whatever, but I was throwing that away, like old rent receipts. And I had like dozens and dozens of papers of different cities and states of resources, like homeless shelter resources, homeless food bank resources, or homeless this resource, homeless that resource, just all there for nothing because those so-called resources were doing no help. I mean, those locations of the places where they say the resources of this was here, I got really no help. So, I mean, old bus schedules from New Orleans. I had to throw all that away, but Social Security and certain medical stuff and other stuff, I definitely have been advised to keep all those, but I don't think I have every single Social Security letter that I ever had. but as much as I hate them, I try to keep whatever paperwork or documentation or whatever, So even like certain people's phone numbers that they gave me or certain old receipts. I'm like, well, I even came across some receipts from groceries or something from 2015. I'm like, well, I thought I got rid of that before. I thought I threw that away. So Pam Smith, I forgot to mention this a couple of weeks ago, that before she became a perp, or she was supportive and nice. That's the lady who said that she's not a targeted individual, but is there to be support for TIs. But then she betrayed and turned against me, and joined my twin sister. But I came across I deposited via mobile deposit when I got it back in 2020, I think it was. But I had came across that, because she postal mailed me a $150 check donation, and she offered that. I wasn't even quote unquote begging really around that time. That was before Alex ran me out of Pensacola. Excuse me, Alex Dupree. It was before he ran me out of Pensacola. So, but if you say you're support for TIs, why would you turn against a TI who never did you anything and then lie about it? And you say you're Christian. So then, yeah, I even came across some like some old work check stubs from jobs I used to work at, but the old check stubs, looks like I gotta save that in case Social Security wants to try to lie and say that they never received such and such check stub from me, which I know I turned them in, because how else would I have copies of them? So me having copies, that even lets me myself know that, yes, I did turn in such and such paperwork, that I did turn in my check stubs. So I even had to throw away old or get rid of old business cards. Excuse me. I was not trying to do one eye symbolism, but I'm wiping my nose is kind of itchy a little bit. Excuse me. So so excuse me. Yesterday, so after the video yesterday, yeah, I had leftover rice and mixed vegetables and the meat hamburger patty. I had leftover rice, mixed vegetables, and hamburger patty, and a couple of more pieces of cake for lunch. And I ate a late lunch yesterday. It was like it was almost 3:30 that I had a late lunch yesterday. And then right after right about 5 o'clock, I started to work on organizing. Cause I did the video starting at shortly after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then and then it was after 3 o'clock. It was like 3:04 when I realized that, did I take up that much time? And then, after doing the video, and then, I guess I cooked and I prepared the food and then ate and then cleaned up and did, I don't remember what else. And then 5 o'clock, I started organizing the storage bins. One storage bin, the small gray one right here, I thought I organized that, or I thought I organized that one already. The last time, like a week or two ago, but I'm gonna double check. So yeah, last night. So like the night before last, I saw two. I think I saw one roach in the kitchen and one roach in the bathroom, and they both looked like as if they were on their last legs fighting for their lives. And I don't remember which day it was. A roach, excuse me, a roach ran across the stove while it was hot. So as I said, the very moment I came in here, there were already roaches, and the man had came and put these brown whatever thing of these brown dots that were supposed to get rid of the roaches. but then for the first day or two, like Wednesday and Thursday, I saw roaches, but then Friday I saw no roaches at all, and then Saturday and yesterday I saw roaches. Like Saturday I saw one in the bathtub, and one looked like it was fighting for its life on a kitchen counter, and I had to clean and sanitize it. And then last night there was a roach crawling really fast, trying to crawl over the counter in the sink in the kitchen. So, and then yesterday, I don't know where this big fly came from, that it flew in the kitchen. And then I couldn't find it. But I think I saw that same fly. It was sometime a few days before, and I thought I saw it from the corner of my eye, and then I couldn't find it. But then yesterday it was a fly, and I don't know if it was the same fly that came and tried to crawl or fly on my below my left knee. And then this morning I saw a tiny little baby fly, and I don't know if it was a fly or a gnat or whatever. But I didn't have really many pests really in my storage unit. Like when I left the stuff, when I left my storage unit and vacated out, you didn't see any insects or flies or any bugs, roaches. You ain't see none of that. not even bed bugs. So, as I said, Janet gave me a bed bug infested bed mattress to sleep on that she said her dad gave her, and then she tried to gaslight me and lie about that. So you can't rent a room out of nobody's house, because especially here in Pensacola, because when you try to rent a room out of somebody's house, they be trying to charge you $600 and $700, and which more than I pay to stay here. They try to charge you $600 and $700 a month just to have you sleeping in a bed bug infested bed in poor living conditions. You know, but it'd be like their private house or apartment. So I guess it was 3 different times since I was living here in Pensacola that I have made attempts or try to rent a room. Well, I had no choice but to stay with Janet because of the time we were going through. But the other 2 people, Daphne was an abusive, narcissistic ghetto perp, a money-hungry, narcissistic ghetto perp that straight up robbed me out of my money. And she was living in Pensacola Village. Now, their projects look way worse than this. But I didn't get bed bugs from Daphne's place. But I'll tell y'all another time what I went through with her. But I thought I did a video talking about this. Was it 2019? I think it was 2019 when I dealt with Daphne, and I saw her ad for renting a room, $75 a week. And so she cheated me out of that and kept my money. And I remember having to walk, I think I had to walk 3 hours towards downtown from her house. I think I remember I had to walk at least 3 hours. And it was hot, and it was Labor Day that morning. And I remember having to drink almost like a whole gallon of milk on the way walking, because I had settled in and everything else, and it was noisy and loud and dangerous and bad over there. And then, that's that same Daphne that sometime down the line, she was fraudulently and illegally driving for Z-Trip. And she was a Z-Trip driver. And then I think I remember she was perping with her black and red. And I think I remember she had obvious one headlight. So yeah, Daphne, she stole my $75, and I stayed at her house in not even 20. I had stayed at her house not even 24 hours. But I remember her boyfriend was trying to sexually get at me. And I'm knowing that he's been with her, I'm just no. I couldn't bring myself to do it. But she was abusing him. And then she had people illegally living up in there, renting a room also, and they were smoking weed, and she tried to gaslight and lie and say that, I don't remember everything, but it was, so first it was Daphne in 2019, then 2020 it was Janet, and then 2021 it was this white lady that lived way, way far in West Pensacola, fought way in West Pensacola. And right when we got our, I think it was the third stimulus check in 2021. And that lady, it was a white lady. She was purping with the red, and she falsely professed to be Christian. And she turned out to be a perp. And she deliberately set me up with a bed bug infested place. And I ended up being forced to, like, a lot of my stimulus check money went to waste because of what she did to me. And then I ended up having to, I had no place else to go take a shower. And so I tried to get whatever peppermint oil or whatever and try to shower at least twice a day and keep trying to wash my clothes every day to try to battle to get rid of the bed bugs. And I paid for like a week, like $300 something for a week in the hotel. And then nobody really complained about bed bug issue after I left. But they perked really, really bad at that hotel, and they tried to Kanika Jenkins me in that hotel. They put me in room 233, and then somebody tried to break into my hotel room while I was sleeping. I don't know who had access to a key to my door, but good thing they had the top lock, like the deadbolt or whatever. Otherwise, somebody, who knows who could have done me anything. So the year 2022, well, Trisha sent for me to come stay by her, and she made this fake arrangement where I was supposed to stay by her for free. And I already told y'all how that turned out. I mean, back in my hometown, New Orleans. Excuse me. So that wasn't even like renting a room, but I think I lasted like not even about 5 days at Trisha's house. Probably 5 days or less than 5 days at her house or something like that. I don't remember. But, I'm saying that, a lot of people look down on you, excuse me, when you're staying in low income housing or, got exercise, Social Security, food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, TANF benefits, or, LIHEAP or any other low income benefits. But then the system wants to punish and criminalize you for trying to work your way to self-sufficiency, but that's pretty much impossible being a blacklisted, targeted individual. So, dang. So, I mean, yeah. So last night, I had some more of the chicken wings, and I tried to have some mashed potatoes with it, but when I try to pour the hot water into the plastic bowl, it seemed like lots of dishwasher liquid residue was released from when I thought everything was rinsed all the way. But I can wash my hands just fine. The water is not really like from Bloomington, but excuse me, Bloomington, Texas. But it was the the dish soap, I guess with it being, I guess, concentrated and then leaching through plastic, you know. So I tried twice. I made two attempts at trying to make some mashed potatoes, and then it happened both times. So then I just got frustrated and felt like I didn't want to eat any soapy mashed potatoes. So I felt bad to have to throw it away, but I guess it would save me my sanity, for me to be worried about if I would get poisoned or anything like that. you know. But all I had was the chicken wings. And then today, I mean, because that's the only bowl I have for now. So today, I tried to scramble eggs in there. I had to you know, scramble eggs. Like I had 3 eggs and a sandwich, a sandwich with 3 eggs. And I didn't have cheese on it today, but instead I had a glass of milk. And then I had just knocked out the last 2 pieces of cake and threw it away. Threw the container away. And I had the last of that container of milk. And it looks like I might have like 3 or 4 days worth of bread left. Um, 3 or 4 days worth of bread left. And then like I have one more day of eggs left. And I think I got 3 oranges left. So I don't think I'm gonna eat lunch today. Oh, and when I scramble my eggs, like I did like yesterday, I put the coconut oil in it, but I didn't put cheese on it today. Excuse me. So, I felt bad to have to throw away the mashed potatoes, but I would, try to try to not have to throw away food or let food go to waste. you know. And so then what else? So I have kind of a headache right now, and I was so busy yesterday that I didn't even, I had intended to take a bath or take a shower yesterday, and then I ended up, I was so busy with trying to clean out stuff, you know. But now my head hurts my head hurts so bad. My head hurts really bad. You know. So I'm even amazed at myself of certain things that I found or stuff that I didn't even realize that I had, you know. but they had this yellow, I wouldn't call it a sweater, but I guess it was like a hoodie, but without the hood on it. Um, I had to get rid of it because it's a size medium. So I think I had to get rid of all the hoodies that I had because all the hoodies that I had were too small. So and fall is coming up. I don't even think I have any hoodies anymore. I don't have any hoodies or jackets. So I need to, you know, maybe go to the thrift store or something. Not now because I don't have that much money, but I'm talking about, you know, maybe next month or so to go and maybe go to the thrift store or another store to try to see about getting a hoodie or light jacket or something. Then I'm gonna need like a heavy winter coat and stuff too. Like maybe in November or December, I'm gonna need like a winter coat. But I have a few pairs of jogging pants. But the other two pairs of jogging pants I had to leave behind in Bloomington, along with the other hoodie. It was a green hoodie that somebody gave me, and I also my big winter coat. I had to leave that behind, also. But thankfully, I'm not, on the streets. So earlier this morning, I came across a screenshot of a perp named Felix Cat that it looks like it was when I was homeless and struggling in Cincinnati that he tried to make like he got 11 thumbs up for lying on me, and he tried to make like that I exposed myself, and so I don't remember if he threatened to do it or if he said that he already did report me. They falsely accuse you of scam and spam when you're targeted and homeless and needing help. So these vigilante online perps have nothing better to do with their lives than to try to you know so he falsely accused me of scam and fraud, and said, well, I showed them your videos about your donations or whatever. And so, as I said, the reports from online strangers, I think that's the reason why that lady did what she did from the Texas Social Security office. And they are brutally abusive, the people who work at the Social Security office. The abuse that they do towards disabled and elderly should be considered a crime. In fact, that they do criminally abuse us, but they get away with it because they sold out. So now that I have like over 1,000 subscribers, it was once I hit 1,000, even before I got monetized, once I hit 1,000, YouTube stops notifying you of who your new subscribers are. But you can see in your YouTube studio, and which I be forgetting a lot of times to go and research and look in my YouTube studio about certain things. So yesterday, I saw one of, I guess they said the person had subscribed within the past 90 days. And it was an abusive narcissistic perp named Topaz Life. And the perp had like 125 125 subscribers, but nearly 1,000 videos, like 900 something videos. And I mean, I'm sitting here wondering, like, I can't believe people like this exist, that they make a willful choice to waste their lives, trying to destroy other people's life. So your whole YouTube channel is centered, and they have people, so many people on TikTok who do this too, where where for the past 5 or 10 years on social media, all you live for is to hunt down and act like as if you're exposing scammers and beggars online, in which fighting for your survival is not scamming and begging. I meant to say it's not scam. It's not a scam. It's not scamming to struggle to survive. So, workplace bullying is a silent epidemic, at least here in America. And people's lives are suffering. People's lives are suffering. And so many people are blacklisted, and a lot of people point out the final blame is towards the Freemasons that are behind it. The workplace mobbing. Like, I heard there's a such thing as workplace mobbing, that could, if somebody suffered workplace mobbing but not being gang stalked or a targeted individual. But, or workplace bullying or whatever. But a lot of the times, sometimes the workplace bullying, they will try to follow you into your personal life and stalk, harass, and try to destroy everything about you and your family and everything else. Excuse me. So, like, people will say that the gang stalkers are dangerous, like some dangerous psychopaths. So, like, if all you live for is to act like you want to be like a vigilante bully, and like you have a cult-like devotion of pretending that you're exposing or calling out scammers and beggars online, there are so many better things in life you could be doing. But this is all you live for. When people legitimately are suffering and don't have any family and don't know where else to turn. If somebody is homeless, living in their car, you won't pay them no mind. But if they have a dog, you'll help them out. If they got a dog, you'll help them out. If they're homeless with a dog, you'll help them out because you idolize and worship that dog. And they got plenty of people that be homeless in their car, living with a dog, but if they have babies in the car, If they're living homeless and living in their car with a baby, then you call them a scam and a fraud and attention seeking, and then one of the first things you want to do is call CPS. You know, but you got so much fake compassion when it's a dog. Especially a big dog, like pit bulls and stuff. Oh, they get the most undeserved honor and worship with that, you know. So if they have abusive, narcissistic, this cult like people who act cult like and bullying people who are already down and need help, if you're bullying and kicking people down, y'all might be Masonic perps that that getting paid to stop a target from getting help, because that other person that's homeless living in their car, they themselves may not even know that they're targeted. You know, they themselves may not even know that they're targeted. But I'll tell you one thing though, a lot of homeless targeted individuals that have been, like blacklisted whistleblowers or something. I heard a lot of time they don't even have like drug addiction or drug abuse, but the homeless perps, not all homeless perps either, but the homeless perps some of the times be druggies. They be druggies, But from July 31st through July 31st, 2018, up until I'll say September 1st. September 1st of this year. That's like 5 years and 1 month of suffering through homelessness, because like, and me staying in a cabin in Bloomington, the DMV considered me to be like too homeless, because they still viewed me as homeless because um because me staying in that cabin was not considered a permanent address. But I had to find a way to make it a permanent address, and it was month to month, and they viewed it like as if you were staying in a motel or extended stay motel or hotel or something. You know, so basically I was still kind of considered homeless, even staying in that cabin, because they viewed it like staying in a hotel or a motel because it was temporary. But I didn't realize that this opportunity would come up. But I mean, for November, I don't know how much my electricity bill is gonna be in November, but I just got here, and so that's why the electricity bill is so low, because I just got here. But for November, I don't know how much it's gonna be. But I guess the electricity bill plus the light bill combined and my phone, I think altogether is supposed to be less than $540 a month. And I don't have to worry about a storage bill. So, like this morning, I was scrolling through my TikTok and I saw this guy who did a live stream. excuse me, it looked like all I saw was a young black guy. He looked like he was between 18 and possibly 20. And he said he was in the military, but I don't know what was going on with him or what happened to him. But excuse me, his mouth was bleeding profusely. At first, I thought that he was that he got hit in the mouth or something, or that he got jumped or beat up. Well, none of the rest of his face wasn't really affected, but it was just his mouth was bleeding, and then they had so many people trying to make jokes in the comments. I mean, of his TikTok live stream. And then, there wasn't really many people to suggest, it was very few people to suggest for him to call 911 or to seek help or whatever. But some of us were trying to figure out what was going on. And we couldn't really understand what he was saying. But they had a couple of people who said that his wisdom teeth got removed or something. But I don't know if he was medicated or, I don't know if he was disoriented. But he was trying to figure out how to turn the live stream off, But some people was trying to suggest along the lines trying to say that he sounded incoherent or something. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what was going on. But whatever was going on with him, I feel traumatized from what I saw, It seemed like, well, I don't know if his wisdom teeth got removed and, but I remember I was 19 years old, or was I 20? 19 or 20, and I got my wisdom teeth removed, but I was able to, have some gauze to, to keep the bleeding from being excess, And when I got braces as a teenager, I had to get first premolars taken out, But I honestly have no idea what happened to him. I don't know if some people were suggesting that his wisdom teeth got pulled, or if or something else was going on, But I mean, I couldn't take. I couldn't. I was so scared and traumatized that it's been on my mind all morning. And then today is Monday the 18th. But today Today is a day that scares me. The number 31 and 18. The numbers 31 and 18 scare me. And sometimes the number 33 will scare me too. But they said he was his profile said he was in the military. But I mean, he's sitting here suffering, and people in the comments are making mockery and making jokes. But I hope he'll turn out to be okay. I'm really worried about him. I didn't realize he was one of the military guys, because they be having like a lot of military people, that young military guys. I was seeing like they would have frequently show up on my feed for they have live TikTok live streams where they would show up on my feed, you know. But I don't know if this guy, I don't know, like, if somebody punched him and broke his jaw, or if he really had, if his wisdom teeth got removed. But if his wisdom teeth got removed, and it's like he had a little bit of blood on his shirt, but like blood, just so much blood coming out of his mouth. And it's like, well, I don't know why. Well, if his wisdom teeth got removed, if he couldn't like replace the gauze or something, but it didn't look like, it didn't look like as if his wisdom teeth got removed. It looked like as if, I don't know, if somebody punched him in the mouth or did something to him. I don't know, but I've been really worried and hope he's all right. And there was a lady in the TI community on TikTok, and she was forced to leave her house because of direct energy weapons being so bad. And then, I don't want to get the story wrong, but the dog freaked out. Her dog freaked out from being tortured and attacked with the weapons too. And then the dog tried to escape from the torture, and then the dog got hit by a car and then died some hours later. And the lady will have to frequently leave her house. Well, she don't have the dog no more, but she would have to leave her house because of the directed energy weapon torturing her so bad. And like, they have even professed targeted individuals in my case that try to make it like as if I made like a free will choice to be stupid and just leave my place and become homeless. But now I have permanent housing, but I have permanent housing, but the online gang stalkers make threats to have me evicted. Or they want to make threats to have my neighbors kill me. So, like this first month, I had extra bills to pay because I had just moved in here. I had to pay the deposit for the electricity bill plus the deposit for the rent. And then they took the money for the storage. So with all that, I had to ask for help this month. But next month, hopefully, I don't think I should have to ask for help for anything. But target individuals that are forced into destitution and being penniless, well, the gang stalking network and the Freemasons, they tell people not to help the homeless person, the poor person, or they tell you not to help the targeted individual. They tell you not to help the targeted individual. And I'm sitting down right now. I just kind of adjusted myself a little bit, and my organs kind of hurting a little bit. So throughout the so I guess I was cleaning up between 5 o'clock and 6:30, and then I went to take a dinner break, and it took me longer than I intended. You know, and then I guess between 6:30 and 8 o'clock, I spent trying to warm up or cook dinner, and then trying to clean up afterwards. You know, and then between 8 o'clock and like 11:40, no, it was like 11:30. Like between 8 o'clock and 11:30. So 5 o'clock and 6:30, and then 8 o'clock and 11:30. Between 8 o'clock and 11:30, I was cleaning out um the storage bins and throwing, like, trying to get rid of some stuff. So today today was another day that today was another day that I forgot what I was gonna say. It slipped my mind. So I forgot what I was gonna say. It slipped my mind. But anyway, me even coming across some old pictures. Well, of course, I saved the pictures. But certain things that would try to collect and save and thought it was important, you know, I figured I would try to downsize and reduce. And then, me being informed about what the Bible talks about covetousness or gluttony and stuff like that, and trying to keep that in mind too. You know, like the fake IDMR cult, I don't remember them teaching us about those being sins or whatever, or like I don't remember them speaking heavily about um covetousness or gluttony or something like that, you know. But so now I'm trying to, because as I said, when I had the storage unit, me being in constant survival mode, and I felt like, well, it was difficult for me to try to clean out and organize things, and then later on my clothes be dirty, and then I don't have anywhere to take a shower. But then when I would be in the hotels and motels, I would be busy. Fighting for my life and dealing with the heavy gang stalking and suffering depression and everything, and dealing with the hotel rooms and stuff. But it's like yesterday, I, at some point while I was organizing the storage bins, I tried to bend over and they were squeezing my organs. So it makes it difficult for you to try to do work or do things that you have to do. But I'm going to try to get as much as I could more done, today and tomorrow. Try to get out as much as I could. But I'm not that great with moving fast or working fast because of my disability. But, I try to do what I can and as best as I can. But, like, you know, I even stumbled upon like a couple of like two used I don't know what to say, containers of aluminum foil that I didn't realize I had in my storage unit. like, well, I can very much put this to use. That's less foil I have to buy in the meantime. Excuse me. Or if I found some extra spoons, or like I have a used pack of paper plates that I have some leftover paper plates somewhere in these black bags that I need to one of these bags I have the paper plates. So I could put those to use, rather than just throwing everything away. I could put those to use until I can get me, like, cause as far as other plates go, I have like one plate that's blue. And it's a blue plastic plate from fake Walmart. And I found four metal spoons, and I got like a nice bit of plastic spoons, and spoons and other plastic silverware from saved from restaurants when I was homeless and stuff. But me using the napkins, well, it's difficult for me to try to use the napkins in certain ways, like wiping my mouth or something, because if they smell like too perfumey from being in the same bag that I put soap in, if the soap has like a very perfumey smell, I don't wear perfume, but if the soap like has like a perfumey fragrance, then I can't even wipe my mouth, after eating a meal. But I gotta sniff sniff the napkin and make sure it doesn't smell like perfume, and then I can wipe my mouth after eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner or something. So I'm not sure if I'll eat lunch today, but for dinner, I don't know if I'll have a meat patty and more rice, and I don't even know if I should try to cook the mashed potatoes in a different way and then put them in a different container this time. Or, I feel really bad from last night because that was unexpected. I thought that if I rinsed the bowl even more, and then, um, and then I thought that if I rinsed the bowl even more and then redid the mashed potatoes again, then I thought it wouldn't have that problem. But no, it seemed like the fact that I put really hot water into the bowl, all the chemicals released from the times when I washed, the bowl, because I poured hot water in it. So, but I feel traumatized by my different experiences with the water in Bloomington, Texas. You know, First it was that toxic water, and then it was that other water. And as I say, I don't even know if the first bit of the water was the way it was because of the Ohio train derailments, and if that affected where I was at, and if I was drinking poison water. So, but I didn't really have any good experiences in Bloomington, and there's nothing there. And I definitely will, for the rest of my life, never go back there ever. You know, I will never go back there. But even the noise that I had to deal with was worse there than where I'm at right now. So they've been having certain things that have been going on, or I had certain thoughts that I would mean to mention in my videos that would keep slipping my mind, or if I get to talk about it, you know. So, I mean, me being sleep deprived, and then I can't even get a break or arrest. But, I guess all this stuff accumulated throughout the years. If it weren't for the targeting, I would say that, yeah, it's all my fault. It's my fault. But I ended up, having to bounce around from place to place due to the targeting. And so, yeah, it's the gang stalking program's fault. So, I'm trying to. So, yeah, I have to clean up. I mean, so the kitchen is pretty much clean. The bathroom, I might need to do light cleaning in the bathroom. The living room, I have, from me, from me, um, you know, sorting out what's trash and what to keep. I gotta take the trash out. But other than taking the trash out, I just have to probably sweep and mop the floor in there. You know, but the biggest thing is just, I mean, I don't even think that they're going to give me a break or cut me any slack because I'm new here and just got my stuff out the storage unit and all that. But I'm sitting here feeling like afraid of having a mental break, like a mental breakdown or a psychotic breakdown or something because of all this hard work and not being able to rest. But I guess I'll get through it, you know. I guess I'll get through it, you know. So, I mean, yeah, as I said, I mean, from me throwing away old papers, like old apartment rent leases and receipts and bus schedules and certain mail that was important back then but not useful anymore and certain other things. Wow, that turned out to be more trash than, you know, than important stuff. But I still had some important stuff too. Like important medical papers, in which the psychological evaluation from 2019 when Star Bricker, she wrongfully got that whole channel taken down. But I had came across that paperwork yesterday. Well, that man lied and twisted everything about me. So Star Bricker lied and said that my video about the psychological evaluation was the first time she stumbled upon me, and which is not true. But she was secretly lurking around and stalking, and then waiting for her time to attack. When they have people stalking you and you're not even aware. But she made a perp comment in mid-October 2019. I blocked her. And then I didn't even realize that was the same person. I forgot all about it and me struggling with the targeting. At first, when I saw stars 15K, I thought that was a man. I didn't realize that was a woman. And then after that, I of course, I blocked her for making a perp comment. And I think she was attacking me all day that day. From that morning. And then she made a perp comment later on that afternoon. because she got one of my videos wrongfully strike that morning. And it was something the perp did to me. And then that was my gang stalking evidence. And she got that video wrongfully taken down. And then later on, she made a perp comment. And I didn't know that was her. But then later on, she made a perp comment. And I blocked her. And then, you know, after some time, I did not realize that that was the same person. She made only one time a small donation of $10. Excuse me. So me being so busy fighting for my life with the homelessness and gang stalking and the trafficking, I did not realize that, that was the same person. So I forgot to unblock her. So for revenge, she went on harassing me for years, stalking, harassing, and trying to ruin my life for years. That's what happened. So all this harassment and false reports and attacks, and she bragged and laughed about being the one. I mean, she was harassing and fucking with me really bad. As I said, I had enough and wrote a letter to the Mormon church in her area, that fake Mormon cult in her area. And I doubt if they did anything. But I was at wit's end and figured this was a last resort. So, like, they have people who be stalking and watching everything you do on social media, and you're not even aware. Some of the people will stay in hiding and you're not even aware. And then it'd be one time, if they might have a YouTube account for 7 years, and the reason how they talk like they know you so well, because they've been secretly stalking you for a long time, maybe months, and then wait until you're in your most vulnerable bit of suffering to strike and attack you with a harassing comment, a harassing narcissistic perp comment. And they talk like as if they know all, and they talk like as if they know more than you, more of your life than you know more about your life. So, they will talk the brainwashed false smear campaign version of how so-called bad of a person they think you are, rather than them seeing me sit down and talk about what I'm talking about, or in any of my videos, and they don't sit here and feel like they wholeheartedly believe every word that I say. But if I thought somebody was always lying on the internet, I wouldn't, stalk every video that they watch. I mean, all lying strangers who never donated anything or never did anything for you, and they want to try to tell you how you should live your life, or how you should spend the money donated, or how you should spend your own work money. So with the $17 I have in the bank, well, that other 7 didn't come. I'm supposed to get $7 back from that refund from that laundry, but I don't know if I'll get it. And that $6 and something from that extended stay hotel in Cincinnati, I never got that money. and they stole that from me. But then later on, the donations I got, it made up for it. And I'll say that the donations that I got made up for the money that I had to deal with the storage unit, but I got things that I needed to get. But, it's saving me from having to get like foil, trash bags, because I already had it. And like I didn't even realize I had it in my storage unit. So like being targeted and having to just up and leave due to emergency because of the gang stalking or the trafficking or whatever, or you're fearing for your life or fearing for your safety. And I said I would try my best to not let the gang stalkers make me back homeless again. And I even have, or did I throw those away? I think I threw them away. I don't remember if I threw them away or kept them, about proof of me letting the Section 8 people and the landlord know over a month in advance about the directed energy. I mean, I didn't realize it was directed energy weapons. All I knew was my body was vibrating. And so then with the constant vibrating and the noise campaigns in the area made it unbearable to live. And so I kept warning and notifying, because I had just renewed my lease in February, because like February 2012, I moved in there. And then so 4 years later, everything started to become unbearable. And so I notified the landlady at the Section 8, the landlord and the lady at the Section 8 office. And I kept warning them and letting them know. And I kept on making complaints. I kept calling the police almost every day. The police wouldn't do anything. And so it was unbearable. And they were killing me up in there with those attacks. So I had no choice but to flee. But I would hate to, abandon this place and flee because of the directed energy weapons being so bad. But now I really have a bigger picture of what's going on. But I said I would try to not let the perps make me back homeless again and try to stay here as long as I could. But living at certain places being so unbearable, with the unbearable, excruciating torture, it's sadistic to try to tell somebody ignore it. I was calling the police just about every day. And I warned and notified the landlord and the Section 8 lady. And then I kept on warning them. And then they were perps because they pretended to be fake surprised once I did what I did. That. And then I've heard of other targeted individuals being hit with weapons and nearly murdered so bad that they were forced to abandon their place to live. But I thought of, what if I would have done this a different way? Or if I would have known what was up, or known everything that was going on? Because as I said, I would research, why is my whole body vibrating? And I couldn't make sense or connect things together with when I researched about my whole body vibrating or organs squishing. I have certain medical paperwork of me making complaints as far back as 2013, before the biological mom Frances passed away. It was 2012 or 2013 when it started, when they would have my organs squishing. But it wouldn't happen every day, and it wouldn't happen every time I take a shower. This is like them squeezing my organs. I even had to deal with it with the janitorial job. This is the reason why I cannot do janitorial or dishwashing jobs anymore, because I was even working at the Grand Canyon. And that's supposed to be a remote spot, so remote that I couldn't even get internet access. I couldn't even call nobody on my phone. And I felt the vibrating and dealt with the organ squishing, excuse me, and everything. And I was down to I got down to, I think, 192 pounds. I had lost a lot of weight. And then after I became homeless, I became big and overweight again. You know, so somebody being like in a certain situation and you judge them from what you think you see, and you want to hurt them and make them suffer even more because you think that they're doing something wrong or that they deserve bad karma, and your judgment and perception is all incorrect. And you're not even God to try to police another person's life like that, you know. Even on TikTok, they will have perps, abusive narcissistic perps that pretend that they're exposing me for being an internet scammer and beggar, when you don't even know you don't even know a crumb. Forget not knowing a half. You don't even know a crumb of what I'm really going through. And then yet they falsely manipulate and spin the narrative that I go around treating people wrong and that I became homeless as a result of karma. None of that is true. But y'all the ones who be trying to play God and police everybody's life while y'all sit there and practicing the voodoo and the witchcraft and, you know, destroying people's lives, being part of Freemasonry, trying to mix Bible and New Age, you know. So, I would not say that the battle is over, because homeless or not, I'm still suffering being targeted. But for even other professed targeted individuals, when they get mad at you, they know what you got to go through being targeted. So with them being mad at you, and then because they're mad at you, they repeat the same slander that the gang stalkers make about you, and falsely they attack your finances and mental health and everything, and then falsely spread the rumor that you're a scammer, an ungrateful scammer with a bad attitude. And I think my homeless situation and me being forced to have to ask for money and to survive cold weather and everything. I think that if it weren't for that, I don't think I would have as much hate in the TI community as I have to suffer. But then so many people sold out and became perps, though. They really did. And playing both sides. And that is the reason why the TI community can't come together. And you sabotage somebody that really is struggling. And the Topaz Life was even doing fake videos trying to hashtag gang stalking. Well, somebody that's a true targeted individual would not have multiple videos stealing other people's content and videos and trying to police the internet and act like as if you're hunting for, like you're on a witch hunt for who you falsely perceive to be scammers and beggars. And you don't even know what people be truly going through. But there was some little gossip about Oprah scamming and begging after she took part in the murder conspiracy of what happened in Lahaina and Maui. Oh, people ain't getting on Oprah's ass. Oh, because she's rich, she can do that. Oprah can pay. They paid to destroy Lahaina, but then they depended on us. They depended on us little people to be to pay the fix it back up. Why are they sending I don't know how many billions to Ukraine? But y'all need to talk about the government being a scam and fraud. Talk about these fake ass celebrities being scam and fraud. They're already rich and begging for your money. Why did Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher need to beg for money? If they're already rich celebrities, why did they need to beg for money for Ukraine? Or any other disasters, celebrities come and exploit the poor and the suffering. And these are people we're supposed to look up to as fucking heroes or saviors. And it's very hard to realize that celebrities really don't give a fuck about us. And they sold their souls to the devil and got narcissistic personalities. Oprah is a whole damn human trafficker. Are y'all attacking Oprah? How many times has Topaz Life has all these videos of normal people, but she ain't got one video calling Oprah a scammer and a fraud. Oprah's a whole damn billionaire. What's she doing begging for your money, begging for your donations for a disaster for? And they said my hometown, New Orleans, will be one of those 15-minute cities too. Well, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Italy, sustainable development, depopulation, all that. In Houston, Texas too. A lot of the bigger cities. But they trying to call the herd. And basically like they're trying to traffic the whole damn country. And then you hear about how these Africans were illegally sent to Italy, this small island or place in Italy, by boats the other day. And then you're hearing about some more foreigners coming through our country. And people say that they're all military age and they're prepping up and secretly prepping up and gearing for World War III. But there was another target, the lady's supposed to be a targeted individual, that said she recently lost her job. And she said that they've been attacking her and her sons. And she said that she put up a GoFundMe and they falsely reported her and shut her down too. But these vigilante cult members that go around just attacking innocent people online that's already suffering. Like the lady that they said that she lied about being beat up or hit with a brick or something for not giving a guy's sexual advances or something. I don't know the whole story, but people were saying she was lying about that. And then you heard about Carly Russell supposedly faking being trafficked. Those were all distractions. And those are small cases. Like, those are all distractions, But people like Darrell Brooks that ran over all those people, they put up a GoFundMe for him and people were donating. Y'all can put up money for Daniel Penny and falsely glorify him as a hero. That's the real scam and fraud. But Jordan Neely didn't get nearly as much money. I mean, y'all sit here and praise murderers. And I read something about what GoFundMe, that it's very rare for people to fraudulently use GoFundMe money. But even fake T.I. perps lied on me because they were mad at me. And if you profess to be Christian and you falsely glorify yourself as God's people, but you're sitting here lying and slandering and then reverse everything. And it's just the other way around, And you're defending and agreeing with Freemasons, and Freemasons is not God's people. But I thought you were speaking against Freemasons. But now you're siding with them and falsely glorifying them as God's chosen elect, and falsely accusing me of slandering God's people and causing division against Christians and everything. Y'all got everything twisted. And then y'all practice the witchcraft and falsely accuse me of trying to hook you up with witches and all that. I don't even know witches. So I be trying to stay away from people who practice witchcraft, Satanism, and all that. I do better off by myself because they got so many people who practice that stuff and pretending to be slick with pretending to be Christian at the same time. People have warned about witchcraft being crept up in the church. So I'm starting to get a little hungry. I guess I might eat lunch though. So, excuse me. So, yeah, it seemed like this vigilantism, well, all y'all, like a cult like vigilante witch hunt on thinking that you trying to catch scammers and beggars when people be honestly laying up in a hospital from fighting for their life with surgery, and all because like a couple of social media stunts that excuse me, see they're attacking my throat. A couple of social media stunts that went viral, those people are like agent provocateurs to distract so that people really do need help, then nobody want to help nobody. But everybody wants to play God and just punish everybody else. I don't understand. So I think I might just start off with a little bit of cleaning up first and then try to make lunch. And afterwards, oh, my throat is so sore. And then afterwards, go back to cleaning up. But other than that, well, I'll see y'all in a while. Love y'all. Bye.